Don't ask what's in my cup. Hey, it's Yay. Hey, it's Yay. Hello, everyone. It's Yay. Back with another episode of Don't Ask What's in My Cup. And today, we're going to be talking about some of my weird, odd favorite TV shows. Just hit the subscribe button, like and comment, follow me on social media at Sipping with Ye. That's Sipping No G-Y-E. Yeah, so let's get into it. But first of all, before we get into anything, do y'all see this? So I tried to do a wash and go, and I think I did pretty good. Cause what? Who said 4C ain't got a krill pack? What? What you see? Krills? Oh, I thought so. That's what I thought. I thought y'all said something. Anyway, sorry I had to. Y'all wait, but look at the streakage. Like, watch that bounce. Boink. I'm sorry. Okay, hair appreciation. Cause why not? Anyway, back to these shows. So I'm gonna give y'all a little timeline. Cause like, I think that things started getting weirder and weirder for me as like time went on. So we're gonna figure out, y'all gonna help me figure this out, because I might see a pattern, but I just don't want to sound crazy. So I'm gonna see if y'all see it. So cool, let's get into it. So first of all, it all started with these lovely individuals on my shirt, right? So I was a huge Scooby-Doo fan. Like, I love the little Scooby-Doo fruit snacks. That was my favorite fruit snacks. I always used to, I watched Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? What's New Scooby-Doo? A Pup Named Scooby-Doo. Like, I watched all of them. Like, I was a fan. I don't know, I was just a fan. So then that's kind of, I like mystery. So it seems like I like mystery, I like solving things, problem solving, stuff like that. Then we go into Pretty Little Liars. When I tell you my entire high school experience, my best friend could vouch for me. Like, entire high school experience was me like trying to figure out Pretty Little Liars. Like, honestly, okay, backstory before I go into my whole opinion about it. Pretty Little Liars is this, it's about this girl. She was popular, she had a little group of friends, she goes missing, and people think that now there's rumors that she's dead. Some people think she's alive. Then her friends start to get these threatening messages from this person called A. And first they think it's Allison. Then they think it's somebody else. And like, secrets are unraveling. They're starting to notice things. Like they kind of are getting stalked. They actually are. They're getting stalked by this person, and they don't know who this person is, and it's crazy. And it's just like, what? These are high schoolers. What is going on? So one of my favorites. Like, I didn't even like reading in school, but when I tell you I read the Pretty Little Liars books, like, I was a fan. I'm a fan. And when I tell you, to this day, I still am confused. Like, I'm still putting pieces together, and it's just like, but wait a minute, and wait a minute. And it's just like, it just gets crazier and crazier the more that the storyline goes. So watch it, y'all. Another time when I had went on a whole hiatus was Vampire Diaries. When I tell you, I'm in college, it was a summer, like 2 or 3 weeks. I spent watching every single season of Vampire Diaries, and it's about like 10 or so of them, and I watched every last one of them that summer. And I mean, it was a lot of, oh, not Damon, oh my god, what's going on, oh my god. Backstory. So Vampire Diaries is about this girl. Her name Elena. She just the damsel, your typical damsel in distress. And then there's these vampires that she comes across. They're brothers. They both love her. But there's a twist there's a plot twist, and then it's just, of course, other supernatural beings are a part of this, and then like you get other people's storylines, and it just gets crazy again. I got a lot of theories about it, but one thing I do want to point out is my favorite character is Bonnie. Bonnie is the black witch. She doesn't know she's a witch at first, but she evolves into this witch. And when I tell you, her character does a lot of saving others and putting herself and sacrificing her own stuff to make sure that her people are okay. And I just think that's so powerful and empowering. It's kind of messed up though, because it seems like she gets the short end of the stick a lot. But I love her character, and I love how powerful her character is. Like, look, it ain't about Elena, y'all. Just don't think it's just about Elena. It's more to the story. So anyway, this show opened the doors to the originals, okay? So the originals are literally the original vampires that like were ever supposedly on Earth. So it tells about how that came to being. It talks about this family, and again, they're siblings, and they're literally are the, if you go back into every vampire is a descendant from them. So they like literally start this whole vampire thing. So anyway, there's so much more to that story. There's one character, Klaus, who is a hybrid, which means he's part werewolf and a vampire, and he struggles with like identity and things like that. So again, it's touching on those higher level things in the supernatural realm, and I like that type of stuff. So definitely love the original. I mean, they got backstories, they have family feuds, generational curses. Like, it touches on a lot of the or generational cycles. It just hits on a lot for it to just be what it is. And also, I'm Team Elijah, if anybody wanted to know. Elijah was my homie. I'm also Team Klaus. Like, they're my friends. Them is my friends. Another one. Y'all, I am a fan of Lucifer. Now, don't get me wrong. I am a DC Comics fan because of the villains in DC Comics. I do like Marvel as well, but Lucifer is stemming from those DC Comics, which makes sense why I like it. And I just like the storyline. So, backstory. Lucifer is about the devil, and basically the devil just decides that he doesn't run hell anymore. So he decides to come to LA and just live his life as he wants, because he doesn't want to be in hell anymore. So he's there. He has a nightclub. He's literally your epitome of lust. Like, he has the women, the drugs, the alcohol, the sex. Like, he's just your epitome of worldly things on earth. And then, like, when you come in contact with him, he comes off as like this attractive being that you would like want to get to know and things like that. And you kind of gravitate towards him. So he's very interesting. I honestly do believe that if the devil ever was to embody like an actual human form, that makes sense. Like, he's not unattractive. He doesn't really show his devil face to people a lot. Like, he comes off as like a very pleasant person that you want to be around. Rich, you know, embodiment. Anyway, then if there's a crime in front of his nightclub, he ends up working with the detectives and working with LAPD to figure out like crimes, because he believes it's similar to what he would do when he was in hell. Punish people. But he starts to learn that it's more than just punishment, temptation, and torture. Now, that's not all of it. And so then he goes to a therapist, and so he starts to see a therapist to try to talk through these things. And it's like he starts to understand things differently and see the world differently. And it's just so interesting. Then it gets a little bit more dark, y'all. So the chilling adventures of Sabrina. So when I was younger, I used to watch Sabrina the Teenage Witch, right? Real cute. Oh, she's a witch. She go to school. She got a cat that talk. You know, little simple. This show, I had to watch in doses. Like, I had to be like, okay, that's enough for the day, or I got to take a break. It was a lot. I did appreciate it. I mean, because it still had the same storyline. Sabrina was coming of age, and she had to make a decision. Does she want to be a witch or immortal? And, like, she's half witch, half mortal. She wanted to embrace both sides. Things like that. Same storyline, just darker. And the thing that I found interesting about it was, with my Christian background, I noticed a lot of how everything about Christianity was flipped to be demonized, and to be dark, and to be more dark, and show like the darkness of it. And I'm gonna keep saying dark because it was like chills. I had chills watching it. And however, it was so interesting because it was the complete opposite. Like, all the practices and traditions that Christians have, it was literally the darkest way of doing those things. And I thought that was interesting that they flipped it like that, because it was like, it's literally the complete opposite. So again, with that, like, being able to compare and contrast, it also hits on that duality thing, because, like, I know a lot of people talk about, like, religion versus spirituality and things like that. And then we move to Hannibal, which it's based off of Silence of the Lamb, another dark one. But this one is based on, like, there's an FBI, there's detectives, there's this one man whose gift is that he's an empath. So, like, he takes in empathy very intensely and severely, and to the point that he can help, like, solve crimes and murders based off of him putting himself in the person's shoes to see how, when, where, why they commit the crime. And, like, he just provides perspective. However, it's a blessing and a curse to be able to be gifted with that, because yes, you can feel and process differently and understand on a different level, but then you tend to lose sight of yourself because you're always putting yourself in other people's perspective. And then he comes across the actual man who eats people, and this is his therapist, and now it's like he's playing with his head, he's being manipulative, and it's like, it's hard to gauge what's truth and what's reality and what's in his head. And so it just gets way more interesting. Like, it's another mind blower, because you're just like, what is going on? But yeah, if you all want me to talk more about them, we can break them down later. Don't get me wrong, I do watch my lighter stuff. Like, you know, I do watch, like, Tangled and The Proud Family, The Parkers. I'm watching Avatar right now. Like, you know, it does get lighter. The Bold Type, I really like The Bold Type. So yeah, it does get more girly and, like, drama and comedy and romance. That's in there too. But I just want y'all to see my weird guilty pleasures for a second. And if y'all want to talk more about it, we can talk more about it. It's okay. I'm willing to chat. So put it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Share. And follow me on social media. That's all I got. Don't ask what's in my cup.